Hi, I'm back again with another quick update for the Model Brass library. I was doing a video yesterday, which you may have seen, where I was talking about the various controls we have over the dynamics of the instrument, so the CCs and the velocity. And it occurred to me that it'd also be good if we had some control over the timbre or the tone quality of the instruments. And I decided yesterday I was going to write a little script to add into this as an update that would give us some more control over the timbre of the instruments. So I'm just going to walk through those extra controls in this video today. If you've already bought the library, you'll get the update in an email pretty soon. And if you're yet to buy it, then it's already in the instrument you'll download, so you don't have to worry about updating separately. So I'm going to demonstrate this on the cornet, so we can have a listen to how the dynamics are at the moment. And I'm going to just bring the noise level down a bit, and I'm just going to purge this mic position because I think you get a bit more clarity if you only have one or two of the mics on at a time. So I'm just pulling that out for now, just so we can hear the instrument a bit more clearly while we look at this feature. Okay, so I've gone into the behind the scenes view of Contact. I did that just by clicking this wrench icon here. That takes us into edit mode. And I'm going to the script editor, and you can see here we have a new tab called Power User Tools. Now this was the debug panel, and I always have a debug console in my instruments just to help me debug the instrument and for the beta testers to use if they need to debug it. And if you want to hunt down a bug, if you find a problem with the instrument, you can use this as well. So it's just a simple MIDI monitor basically. So you've got, if you enable MIDI note and then play a note, it will tell you the note. Velocity, it'll tell you the velocity, and you can also control the velocity with this. And you can get it to monitor various CC controllers, so I've got it monitoring the expression pedal there. But the focus of this video isn't on this. I just thought I'll quickly demonstrate that while we're here. So this is what I want to look at today. This is a new feature I've added. So this little indicator here at the top, which you can see going backwards and forwards, this shows the current value of the controller you have set up to control dynamics. I currently have mine set up to the expression pedal. And it has 128 values, 0 to 127, just like the expression pedal or any other continuous controller. And this larger table below represents the value of, let's call it brightness, the brightness of the instrument along those 127 steps. So you can see here when I've got the expression pedal at the max, the sound's going to be really bright, and when I've got it lower down, it's going to be a more dull sound, or have less edge to it. So this is the default curve that's in all the instruments now, and I find this gives the best brightness response. So when you're down here at a sort of mezzo forte, you're not going to have as bright a sound as when you're right up here playing forte. So this doesn't affect the volume of the instrument, it only affects the brightness and the timbre. I'm just going to adjust the volume slightly of the mic positions because with one of them muted, the instrument's a bit quieter. Okay, so the controls we have for this, as you can see, we can draw in a curve manually. We can also invert the curve. I don't know if you'll ever want to use this, but it's there if you do. And with the curve like this, you can see that if the CC is higher, so the expression, the volume is going to be higher, we're actually going to get a duller sound than if it's lower. So that's just an interesting little thing that's in there, probably something you're not going to actually want to use. So as well as drawing in curves manually, just with the mouse or holding the right click button and drawing straight lines, we also have some pre-defined curves. So we've got an equal power one, and we can use this shape controller here to control that. So if we go from minus 1000, we're going to get more of a bulge here, and as we get towards 0, we're going to get, let's get to 0. As we get to 0, we get this 1/2 of an equal power crossfade curve, and then as we get closer to 1000, it morphs the curve closer to a linear line. We can also scale the curve. So this is a good starting point for drawing your own curves sometimes. So you can take it there and then you can adjust it. And the scale will still work for your custom curves as well, although the shape won't. There's also a few S-shaped curves. And again, we've got the same controls for them. If you draw a curve that you like and you want to use it in other instruments and you don't want to have to redraw it in the other instruments, you can save it. By default, it's just going to save it in your data folder for the instruments. So I'm just going to overwrite this one called curve, and then I'll reset this to just a linear line, and then to reload it, you just click load curve and open the file. Now I've put this behind the scenes in Kontakt, it's not on the main interface, and the reason for that is I didn't want to mess up the existing interface, and also I don't think most of you are going to want to be in here too often. So it's just there for those of you who want to have that little extra bit of control over the timbre. It's not going to be a huge difference in the sound, and the default curve should give a pretty accurate replication of the real instrument. Alright guys, thanks for watching. As I said, if you've already bought the library, you'll get an update in your emails, and if you haven't bought the library yet, then you don't need to worry about this. It's already going to be in the library when you buy it. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this helpful, and I hope you like that new little feature. It's not the most revolutionary feature, but it's a little extra there just to give you a little bit more control over the dynamic response of the instruments.